Welcome to episode 6 of Play My Music! I select one artist per episode, play 3 songs of their choosing, and conduct a small interview. I'm your host, Quinn Valentine Blodgett. Follow me on Instagram at PlayMyMusic and share the show with your musician friends or anyone that enjoys hearing new music. If you would like to be considered as a guest for an upcoming episode, DM me on Instagram or email me directly at playmymusicpodcast@gmail.com. Today, we will be featuring SaltLyfe. Let's give him a call.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Going good. What's up?
Oh, just staying productive this morning. How about yourself?
Hey, same thing, man. Getting this cardio in, all that good stuff.
Yep, got it. Hey, man, you got to get it in. So, you go by SaltLyfe. Can you explain that a little bit for me?
All right, so my former stage name was Kid Salt, but I got 5 kids now. So I dropped the kid, and a lot of people used to always call me SaltLyfe anyway when I was still Kid Salt. But Salt is the core of my name, which my last name is Morton. So when you put that together, Morton Salt.
Hey, man, that's meant to be.
Facts. Yes,
so,
sir.
Yeah, that's funny. I actually went and did a kind of a deep dive on you and found all your Kid Salt YouTube videos and stuff. And I mean, some of those videos were 12, 14 years ago, something like that?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I've been doing this for a long time.
Yeah, and it's clear when you listen to your current stuff, it's pretty obvious that you're not just jumping in this all of a sudden.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, I've been doing it for about 20 years now, man. Pretty much off and on, but I just, made a resurgence about, late last year. I took like a 8-9 year hiatus from music. I was focused on family and raising kids and all that good stuff.
Yeah, I get how that goes. I got 2 myself. And sometimes I have to put all of my little projects on the back burner. So I totally get that. Give me a quick bio on yourself as a musician and person overall.
So, like I said, I've been doing music like professionally for about 20 years now. I first got in the studio in North Carolina in 2005. 2005. And ever since then, it kind of took me over. But I was already, freestyling and performing for people. I've always been like, this is natural. And through the years, I made an impact in, my city and surrounding areas, which is Savannah, Georgia, 912, shout out. And in South Carolina, in the Low Country, 803, I'm out here with it. And it just, through those years, I put out about 4 or 5 mixtapes or whatever, thatpimp.com. But what ended up happening was I went through, a lot of life changes. And what that ended up doing, especially when I took that 8-9 year break from music, it ended up sharpening my tools. I've always had a quick tempo flow. I've always been energetic and my voice is heavy. So I had to really figure out how to make it work for me instead of against me. I've blessed many stages, stateside and overseas as well too. When I was in the Army, I got deployed out to Kuwait and ended up becoming one of the biggest artists in Kuwait.
Wow, that's got to be really cool to do stuff outside of the country. I'm sure you got to perform for people that may not have had that experience locally otherwise.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's definitely the experience, and they love American music. So it was just to be received the way I was. It was truly a blessing.
Yeah, and I think they definitely admire the hip hop culture as well.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Great. So, how can I hear your music outside of this podcast? Follow you on social media, and then like get a hold of you if I wanted to work with you.
So my social media handles on Instagram is I am SaltLyfe. And by the way, SaltLyfe is spelled SaltLyfe, not like the regular SaltLyfe. It is a play on that too. Facebook, SaltLyfe. TikTok, Hip Hop Life Insurance Agent or SaltLyfe, because I recently changed that. YouTube, SaltLyfe. My music is streaming everywhere on all platforms, digitally, and I have videos on my YouTube, that I recently put out over the last month and a half, something like that. So yeah.
Yeah, I really like the one of the videos out of in fact, I think we're playing the song today, where you guys are all sitting on the couch and just having a good time. I really like that one-shot style video.
Yeah, that was actually the funny thing about that video. That was only supposed to be a promo video. It wasn't even supposed to go that long, but we were having so much fun because I had just done another video right before that.
Gotcha.
And we was just, clowning around, having fun, and it was just a long night. And that's how that came about.
Yeah, when the energy's there, you got to keep going.
Yes, sir.
Cool. So I've got your first song queued up. It's titled Cut the Check. Shall we have a listen?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's do it.
All right, this is Cut to Check by SaltLyfe. Here we go.
They wanted energy, but that's what got into me. Literally, when I turn up the volume, you gon' hear me speak. You getting winded like I'm blowing through trees. I'm in and out like the weather in the entire southeast. My knees, I weigh my wants, but I'm just coming for cheese. Many rappers spitting baloney, and I'm eager to be. Dedication is in my nature, so I'm aiming to please. I'm a man before I'm a worker, so don't send me a dream. I'd rather be caught up in my own vision, no television. I'd rather have freedom pursuing my mission, no intermission. I'd rather believe in what I can do, no contradiction. Gotta go hard for what you do till you achieve perfection. Everything hard like an erection right before the release. Getting excited about my future, come and give me the key. I flipped the script on that one nasty. Did you like that scheme? But if you look into my eyes, I'm as real as can be. Catch me outside, how about that? Where's the bag? Cut the check. I go the hardest, place your bets. Tune in and see what's coming next. Coming next. I am the alpha, the beta, the omega, and I'm taking what I deserve. I want it now instead of later. Figures I flip, fantasizing future fruition. This frivolous formalization, foreseeing my fortification. You slowing down and I'm racing, keep pacing. I'm out of patience with payday payments, prudent what I'm pursuing. Don't you worry about what I'm doing, you just follow my lead. Doesn't matter about quantity, it's all about quality. You know I can get revolution, cause I'm out here with it. Never been a question, I can't, but I'm trying to test this year. I'm going for throttle, just ask the people that follow. Bet your body catching a chill became your new role model. Delivery, singing and giving the pressure, y'all, I'm too turned up. A gentleman in and out of my body, and I'm single, less up. Possess $1 million press is equal to Donald Trump. I'm just waiting for the money to show up. Chill. Catch me outside, how about that? Where's the bag? Cut the check. I go the hardest, place your bets. Tune in and see what's coming next. Catch me outside, how about that?
Y'all ain't ready for this here.
Where's the bag? Cut the check.
And I'm out chill.
I go the hardest, place your bets.
Check it out.
Tune in and see what's coming next.
Hold up.
Coming next. This could double as a smoke song, get your roll on. This could double as a drink song, get your lean on. I'm finna really make you think. As I leave off this earth, a deep thinker. Nothing but a dream come to the lens, you deep sleeper. Ball heads loaded in clips like Smith Jada. Take charge and run with the bull, Taurus can lead ya. Stalking like bullet pits with a bite force of alligator. I don't match with nobody, a common denominator. Keep running like T-1000 and flipping numbers like Matrix. My neo soul is a savior, the surface a terminator. It's one thing that I can tell you, it's gonna get greater later. But until that time, alright, you better get and stay dangerous. Afraid of stereotypes and superstition procedures. So I proceed to be the leader, a nigga ma. Duck, goose, so make a move, cause I'ma migrate too. Dodging them bullets from the hunter and you. Hater. Catch me outside, how about that? Where's the bag? Cut the check. I go the hardest, place your bets.
I told
what's coming next. Catch me outside. How about that? How about that? How about that? Where's the bag? Cut the check. I go the hardest, place your bets. Tune in and see what's coming next.
Man, versatility and flow, intensive energy, and lyrical literacy. Now, normally I'd ask about influence, but I think the more appropriate question is, which artists are you using as motivation in the progression of your career?
So growing up, I really didn't listen to rap. Even though I was around it, I really didn't listen to rap. I listened to more pop and rock than anything. And I'm pretty sure you can kind of hear it in my voice that it's raspy because I used to always sing that.
Interesting.
It wasn't until I got to Savannah in the early 90s that I really started picking up on rap. So, I've been influenced by bands like Nirvana, Linkin Park, and a whole host of other, rock. But then on the hip hop side, we had a rapper named Camouflage down here that made big moves. Rest in peace to him. Which his daughter is Flage, the one that's the basketball player at LSU, and she's also been on America's Got Talent.
Oh wow.
He's one of my biggest influences. But my earlier influence when I first heard rap, Bone Thugs, definitely top of my list.
Absolutely.
Twista. You got Pastor Troy. That's that brought that energy side for me. So, people like that.
Yeah, it's funny that you say Twista because I think the first time that I listened to any of your content, I thought of the Midwest Choppers. That was immediately the first thing that came to mind. I was like, wow, it's so. Like, just your consonants are so well pronounced. And I just, a lot of people look for speed, but they forego, the listenability to get that speed. And I didn't notice that with you, and I was just incredibly impressed with that.
Yeah, facts, man. I love the chopping music. Shout out Tech Nine and everybody else that's doing it too, man. I've always been a fan of that, and people down here they call me the Southern Twister.
Nice. So, can you elaborate on a few concepts for me from this song? So, the first one is a line that you say, "Possess $1 million presence equal to Donald Trump."
So when I walk in a room, a lot of people, if you don't know me and I walk into a room, you wouldn't expect what's going to come out of my mouth and the heaviness of my voice. I have a commanding voice. So my presence is felt when I walk in and I open my mouth. And and I say $1 million presence because for so many years, people always ask me why I haven't been signed. I have a unique style that I do with my music, whether it's chopping, whether it's doing kind of like a rock situation in my song, but I have a commanding presence. And that actually worked in my favor when I was in the Army too as well.
Yeah, and having that sort of presence, it really makes a difference when you're interacting with somebody for the first time. It also allows you insight into the other person, because if they can reciprocate that energy, I think there's an immediate respect there. You're not trying to be on top necessarily, but when somebody can come back with that same presence and energy, it's immediately, I always feel a connection with people like that.
Exactly.
So the second line it's my favorite line for sure. Take charge and run with the bull. Taurus could lead ya. Now, what's that all about?
So I'm a big battle rap fan. So I listen to battle rap faithfully. And they, I like how they do their entendres, whether it be double, triple, maybe quadruple.
Sure.
I'm a Taurus. April is my birthday. Real Taurus. Shout out to May Taurus, but I'm an April Taurus.
Okay, that's crazy. So I'm also a Taurus. That's, I think, why I like that line so much.
Okay.
So
I think it makes sense.
Yeah, man. Me, my mother, and my daughter are all Tauruses.
Wow.
So that's why I picked this line out. You said an April Taurus. I'm a May Taurus. I think, we have that take charge energy, and that,
Yeah.
I mean, when I heard this, I was like, wow, thank God somebody is representing, the Taurus gang.
Yeah, facts, big facts. From my experience, from any Taurus I've ever met, because my mother is also a May Taurus too, as well.
Oh, wow.
So we're more of the leader type of person, and I've always been a leader. I've never really been a follower. I've set trends. I don't follow trends.
Oh, I don't listen to anybody.
So, when I thought of that line, it was like, okay, a bull. What when you make a bull mad, or if a bull feels triggered, the first thing he's gonna do is take charge, correct?
Yep.
So, take charge and run with a bull, Taurus can lead you. The bulls are the leaders, and they take charge. Anytime they feel that they need to, and that's who I am, in spirit.
Yeah, absolutely. And, something I love about both, the idea of the Taurus as well as what I've seen from other Taurus sign people is that they are super protective of their people in an aggressive way,
Yes.
as well as the nurturing way.
Yes, exactly. So you definitely understand that being a Taurus, okay? Because there's a lot of people, they don't understand. I'm like, you would have to be a Taurus to really know what this is like.
It's so true, so true. So for your second song, you've chosen Introvert featuring ZKN. Am I saying that name right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you consider the introvert tendencies to be a help or a hindrance to the ability to create content?
I consider it very helpful because, when being as an introvert, and in music and performing all the time, like I pick up a lot of my influences when I'm out, but I need time to recharge. So what happens is when I recharge, I go to thinking about everything that probably just happened, and I'm able to create better when I'm in a quiet space to myself. A lot of times I go to the country in South Carolina where I'm away from everything. I can breathe, think, and, act better, and it gives me my creative juices that I need to write the type of music that I write.
Yeah, I get that. For me, like when I'm being social with people out and about, I definitely gain all of the information when I'm doing that. And my big writing technique, it sounds kind of silly, but my big writing technique is to put on an instrumental and do the dishes. And for me, as I'm doing the dishes, all of that information that I had stored away I'm able to process it and put it into lyric, and so I find that same thing when I lock myself away and just really am, in my own space, I'm able to process all that information.
Yep, the same way here.
Cool. Well, let's have a listen to this one. Cool?
All right, let's do it.
All right, this is Introvert featuring ZKN by SaltLyfe. Here we go.
I just wanna be alone, so nobody call my phone. Don't pull up, cause I'm not home. I'm just cooling in my zone. I just wanna be alone, so nobody call my phone. Don't pull up, cause I'm not home. I'm just cooling in my zone. I just wanna be alone, so nobody call my phone. Don't pull up, cause I'm not home. I'm just cooling in my zone. If you call and I don't pick up, I'm just cooling, y'all. Sometimes I'm spaced out with a lot of thoughts of not dropping the ball. I had me a long night, I pack a Bud Lights and trying to get it together. 1 minute it's hot, 1 minute it's cold. What's going on with the weather? Exactly be how I'm feeling when I say that I love you is contradicted. In the spirit of giving this what is missing, hard to lend it. Emotions are fully blended, so I name, I won't mention the one that did it. You can say that I'm feeling, but growth is endless. No, a heartbreak is really to make you end it. Always stay on your toes, I got 10 up in it. I sit low in the seat cause the window's tinted. I'm a man of my word and I stand on business. And the reason I drink is I tend to fidget. When I hold in my tears, I fall like a blizzard. I express vulnerability aggressively. Never ever get the best of me. I got the recipe. I got the do not disturb on my phone. Leave me alone. I just wanna be alone, so nobody call my phone. Don't pull up, cause I'm not home. I'm just cooling in my zone. I just wanna be alone, so nobody call my phone. Don't pull up, cause I'm not home. I'm just cooling in my zone. I just wanna be alone, so nobody
So I love the extra vibe that ZKN was able to add to this track, especially because it counterbalances your energy and sound. Have you worked together before or have plans to work again in the future?
We have plans to work together more in the future. I met him at the studio, and he's one of those people. He has like a more of a rage sound and type of music, and that's something that I've never worked with before. It's so hard for me to get a quality feature because of the way that I write and the way that I am. So a lot of times what has happened is, over my career, I ask people, to jump on the song, or they'll ask me to jump on the song. But as soon as, either I send them the track or they send me the track and I go in, the way that I go in, it's like they got to redo their whole sound, their whole everything, because I'm full of energy.
I can understand that, yeah.
Yeah, so ZKN brought a different feel, the same way, that you just said. It added something different that I really appreciate from him, especially being the type of artist that he is. It's just like his voice was so soothing to hear on that track, because I wrote everything but his verse, and I was like, ZKN, sing this for me. I just want to be alone, so nobody call my phone. And the way that my voice came out on it wasn't what I was hearing in my head, but when he did it, it was perfect. And I said, man, look, I got another verse, do it. And he went in, and I love it. And it's a lot of people love that track.
Yeah, I think it's a hit for sure. It's crazy catchy, and something that I really like when you have two or more artists on a song or doing an album or whatever it might be, is the contrast between them. If you look at, and I use this example because they did a whole 2 CD album where each album was so different. But if you look at The Love Below and Speaker Box by Outkast, you have such a contrast in writing style, in the music itself, the overall story. It just was such a contrast. But to have them do that together, I don't think that those two albums separated would have been as good.
Yeah, and I agree with you. I definitely agree with you.
Yeah, I think the two of you guys on that track played off each other real well, and it just, I'm in love with that song for sure.
I appreciate it. I definitely appreciate it.
So for your final song, you've chosen Love My People featuring Maximus Prime.
Yes, sir.
This may be my new favorite song. So you talk love over hate, education of the younger generation, and the change in the trajectory of your community as well as yourself, like we talked about a little earlier with your 9-year hiatus.
Yeah.
For anyone that wants to change their environment like this, but maybe wondering where they would possibly start, what would you say the first or most important step is to achieve this goal?
Meditation. And your mind strength, the willpower. If you want to make a change, it has to start with you, and it can't start with anybody else. You can't change yourself for anybody else. You have to change for yourself. That requires cutting people off, becoming distant and surrounding yourself with like-minded people who has that same type of vision that you have. It won't work if you're around people who that is no good, and then you're trying to be good. You're going to constantly feed off of their energy because that's what you're used to. So when you start changing your surroundings and your environment, then that change will begin to, flourish in you, and you will become a better version of yourself every day.
That's, it's wild that you say that. I literally just moved my family across the country last year in June. Because the location where we were was just no good for us. I was born and raised there. It was great growing up. And it got to a point where I couldn't even be my positive energy self around those people and in that location. So I get what you're saying about the cut people off, and sometimes rather than staying somewhere that's uncomfortable, really the only option is to get yourself into a location where you're going to be able to thrive, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. And comfortability creates strength.
You know, and that's true. It's you're not going to be able to do much for yourself or your family or your people if you are being suppressed by your surroundings.
Yes, sir.
And I have a very strong conviction in this area. I mean, like I said, I moved across the country. I don't allow myself around people that are negative. And I'm curious if there was a specific experience that led to this realization that this was your desired way of being.
There's a few different situations, but what I can, the one that I want to highlight on this was, I was married previously, and I went through a lot, in that marriage. And when I became divorced is when I started meditating heavily. And I isolated myself for about 2-3 years. No friends, no family, just me in complete silence. And then, when I did that, I started realizing, all my life, because I had been in the streets, I've been on drugs, and it just seemed like everything that I was doing was counteracting what I always wanted to do. So when I got to myself and, started meditating and overcoming what I was going through, that's when my environment changed. That's when the people that I was always around began to change. And I started becoming more and more positive about, my life.
Isn't it crazy that we are the first thing that we have to work on?
Yes. Yes.
I mean, to get anywhere, and as men, we're expected to be a lot of things. And,
yes, sir.
I think to achieve any of those, it starts, like Michael Jackson said, in a mirror.
Mm-hmm. Yep. You got to look in the mirror.
Yeah, that's it's just the way it's got to be.
Facts.
So let's give this last track a listen. You ready?
Yes, sir. Let's do it.
All right, this is Love My People featuring Maximus Prime by SaltLyfe. Let's go.
I done been around the world, I done seen a lot of places. I done been around the world, I done seen a lot of faces. But nothing can compare when our culture give them hell. I got love for my people, I got love for my people. We might bust a fight and kill, but still I love my people. Still I love my people. Still I love my people. If it's up, it's up, it's up. But bro, I love my people. I love my people. I love my people. They wanted the rebirth. They been calling my name, say the world ain't the same. I need it more now than ever, man. Every race divided the population in our nation, disgracing the reason we fought in them shackles and chains. But if they give us what they owe us, I bet you nobody complain. We some praying people leave, but we need to contain. Off my hiatus, been chilling with better rap. Re-envision my structure within the map. My divorce really killed me, but I came back stronger, no longer a slave to a fake dap. It's a new salt, but I haven't been sprinkled, but seasoned. The reason I'm legend, I kept myself in a jar. No more holding it in, I'm unleashing everything from deep within. And what I'ma kick is knowledge. If you like it, you like it. You don't, then it's not a bother, brother. I keep it moving forward, and I stay in my lane. Before I was off the chain. If you know a little about me, I took the hard road, never wanted it easy. Took a few years to clean up. I traveled the mud, was dirty and greasy. I done been around the world, I done seen a lot of places. I done been around the world, I done seen a lot of faces. But nothing can compare when our culture give them hell. I got love for my people. I got love for my people. We might bust a fight and kill, but still I love my people. Still I love my people. Still I love my people. If it's up, it's up, it's up. But bro, I love my people. But bro, I love my people. But bro, I love my people. It's been about 8 years since I really been out here. They welcome me back with open arms. When I had to go turkey and lit up the stages, I gracefully gave them that southern charm. I was strung out on Molly. The music I produced was dangerous, more than a lyric bar. If I said it, I did it. That rapper kid saw that really been going too far. I was a menace, a terrorist, robbing and shooting. Stay out all night, black and mouse, smoke producing. Now I just wanna give my kids the protection to keep them from using. I wish to get back to my people by any means. Like the streets with business opportunities. When them jail bars take you to your knees. Reassess the reason you really dream. Forever forever remain a G. Can't escape what is real as a man, and you better stand when you fighting a good fight. Know them people be lurking, they hate when you're doing right. The world done changed, bruh. It ain't like coming up in the 90s when people know. Now they scared to get hit when I pull out a gun and we all falling victim to killing each other. I done been around the world, I done seen a lot of places. I done been around the world, I done seen a lot of faces. But nothing can compare when our culture give them hell. I got love for my people, I got love for my people. I fuss a fight and kill, but still I love my people. Still I love my people. Still I love my people. If it's up, it's up, it's up. But bro, I love my people. But bro, I love my people. But bro, I love my people.
All right, man. Thank you for submitting these songs and answering a few questions. What are your plans for the coming year?
Well, we're going hard. My team, which, you know, my manager, videographer, promotional team, with marketing, we just gonna push it. You know, this is that final stretch. Like I mentioned earlier, I have a few shows lined up, and it's only gonna get better and better from here. So yeah, definitely stay tuned, man.
Fantastic. And remind me where I can hear your music, follow you, and get a hold of you.
SaltLyfe, streaming on all platforms, SaltLyfe. Whatever you stream music on, Spotify, Tidal, iTunes, YouTube Music, whatever the case may be, you can find me. And like I said, my regular YouTube, the videos are there. And pretty soon, you know, I'm gonna be hitting the airways with radio. And you can find me at all my social media, you know, IG, I am SaltLyfe, Facebook, SaltLyfe, TikTok, Hip Hop Life Insurance Agent, and the list goes on, man.
Fantastic.
We out here with it. 2023. This the year.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of content is coming out this year, so that's great.
Facts.
You have any final words for the people today?
Hey man, go stream, love my people. The video is out now. It's a message that everybody needs to hear, especially in these turbulent times that we have been going through. Man, we got to come together, man, and we got to start, you know, being more positive, man, because we're not gonna get anywhere hating on each other and, you know, trying to keep everybody down, man. Y'all go stream Love My People, SaltLyfe featuring Maximus Prime, man. The video is out right now.
Yeah, we got to fight against the perpetuated hate. It's not good for anybody, and it's what they want. So let's not do what they want.
Facts.
Yeah. All right, man. Thank you. I really appreciate you being on the show with me, and I'm sure we'll talk soon.
Yes, sir. Anytime, man. Appreciate it. You have a good one.
You too, bud. Much love.
All right.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Big thanks to SaltLyfe for joining me on episode 6 of Play My Music. I select one artist per episode, play 3 songs of their choosing, and conduct a small interview. I'm your host, Quinn Valentine Blodgett. Follow me on Instagram at PlayMyMusic and share the show with your musician friends or anyone that enjoys hearing new music. If you would like to be considered as a guest for an upcoming episode, DM me on Instagram or email me directly at playmymusicpodcast@gmail.com. Thank you for listening. See you next time.